Yep, ready to go. Got Willow. Look at that cute puppy. We're at the Golden Pond Visitor Center and got rain coming in a little bit. Shouldn't be too bad. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Here we go on the trail, starting out. There's the Golden Pond. Alright, what we'll do is we'll just show you some more as we go along. Well, this is what the trail looks like after you get out of the Golden Pond area. Pretty overgrown, but still usable. Here's the Willow. Hey, Willow, Willow.
Oh, my candy camera.
I already see we got too much weight because my hips are screaming already. We're not even a mile into it. So we're just gonna take it easy and see if we can't make it to the Iron Mountain Trail. That shelter there, and hopefully, it's what, about 14, 16 miles I said?
Too many?
Yeah, too many. All right, check back in with you later. Pretty mushroom. So what we got going on right now, it's okay, it's moderate, I guess. Willow. She's handling it like a trooper. She's doing a good job. She's a good girl. But so far it's really not too bad. Too bad. Wife noticed a cool branch.
A nice swing on that sucker.
Yeah. Good garden swing.
Right?
There's the Willow. There's some trees down that we had to negotiate. The last one was pretty big. Uh-oh. Either some deer or turkey. We'll keep you updated. So far what I see, these little blazes, supposed to be arrows, but it's either that or diamonds. And you just stay on the trail. It's pretty well worn down. It's not too bad. Let's see how the Willow gets across this. Last log was a lot bigger.
Come. Heel. Here.
Good girl.
Good job.
Willow's only about 5-month-old border collie. So we're trying to teach her because we want to take her everywhere we go as possible. Back after a while. A little something we came up on. See if we can find any names or anything besides that one. Doesn't look like it. Just look like this. No names or nothing. Here we go. Born in 1815, died in 1876. That's pretty old. All right, keeping going. Yeah, seen some turkey over here. See, there goes one. See if we can't sneak up on some. Well, I guess they're gone. I was hoping to let y'all see some turkey. But this is the road we've been on for about almost a mile. A little update on the trail. We encountered a couple of horses. We thought we were on the north-south trail, and evidently we were on the horse trail. Spooked them guys. Unfortunately, one of the guys fell off his horse. Horse spooked pretty good. He fell on his hip pretty good. But he seemed to be okay after he got up. The other guy got his horse, and we're back on the trail. So far it's been pretty yucky, muddy. Definitely not a place you want to go when it's raining. The trail's not hasn't been too bad marked, except for that last spot. It was hard to know where the trail ended and started on the road, and when it's supposed to come into the woods. So other than that, not doing too bad. I think we just went 3rd mile in. Yay. We'll see you at the stop. Well, here's an update. Oh shit. We're 4.64 miles from the visitor center. And whoo, that last little bit was nasty. But we come up on this clearing. Got a little memorial here for something. But this is where we're gonna have lunch, because we're pooped. And oh, so see y'all after a while.
Fork yet.
I know, we're at the Colson Springs overlook. And yeah, LBL, you screwed up, because your blazes from the last panel marker, we couldn't find any blazes after that. So we went, who knows, on a horse trail, and we got on the road, and here we are. Taking a break, and then we'll eventually do something later. Well, here's an update for you. We're finally back on the right track. We are finding out that we really don't like horses on the trail because they produce that. Ew. I know, right? Look at her. Looks just like Chico.
Right. Take your picture. Huge.
See you, pretty Tennessee.
Yeah, I have to have help.
Next time we want to do this, just go with the
the south end?
Yeah.
The south?
Well, here's the update.
You're done.
We're done. We're just totally done. We're at right at what is that, Laura Furnace.
That's still about a half a mile
That's
away.
yeah, it's still about a quarter of a mile, a half a mile away.
Nope.
Wife's got a blister on her bottom of her foot. I'm dog tired.
Dog.
Dog is dog tired. She's just tuckered out. The trail on this end is not very good.
Nope.
It's not marked very well.
Nope.
They do allow horses up and down this one.
Yep.
And that became extremely muddy. So
Hence
we had to traverse some rougher terrain than what we should have. But oh my Lord, it was a lot tougher than what we expected. You know, we did try to do this, just little tiny hikes that we do, but phew. And then our packs, I think, are just too heavy, even though we got, you know, what we really need to have. It's just we're not conditioned for it. So we're gonna go back to the house. We called our son-in-law, tell him to come pick us up. Willow. So told him to take his time. We're gonna rest here, just kind of relax, drink some water, maybe have a snack. But we're done. Y'all have a good one. Willow eating. Got our hammocks up. My wife's, mine. Change number 7, 8, 9, 10, something like that.
Right.
We're done with hiking.
Right.
However, we still wanted to go camping. So we knew of a place. We tried Neville Bay first, but they were kind of full. So we came to Ginger Bay. And it's not bad. There's the water. We've camped at this campsite once before when I brought my boat here. We went fishing. We got a little bit of stuff to start a fire for later on, but we're gonna smoke us a cigarette and eat some food because we are starving. I think, what'd I say? Over how many calories?
8.
12.
105 and
Yeah,
burnt
1,271 calories I burnt on our, I don't know, it ended up being about a 9-mile hike basically for us with all the twists and turns and craziness, but got our son-in-law to come get us. He took us to Tony's car, put everything in it, and here we are. So we're gonna sit down and eat because we are starving Marvins, and we'll see how the rest of the night goes. It's supposed to get kind of chilly, but not too bad. About 45 degrees, 42, something like that. But, all right, we're gonna eat later. All right, here we go. Another update. We're heating up our water in our Pinnacle Duelist. Got about 4 cups in there. Got the Expeditionary stove going. It's kicking pretty good. It's loud, but it works wonderful. I'm gonna have some chicken teriyaki Mountain House. We found it. We actually like these because it tastes good. It's not bad at all. A little pricey, but not too bad. Wife's gonna have lasagna with meat sauce. She can have it. I'll do anything other than pasta. So we'll see how this one goes tonight, and we're gonna take some medication for pain because we in the pain. So we'll talk to y'all later. Well, got through that. Poor Willow. Yeah, you probably can't see that. puckered out. Got a nice fire going. Wife's back there trying to pick up sticks for the fire, and we're gonna go to bed. I'll see you later. Alright, morning after. Got away from the camp. We left the camp and back home now. Dealing with the cleanup aftermath. We just stuffed everything in the back of the car. Came on home. Got a little chilly. Very cold. Very cold. Wife was okay until about 3 o'clock in the morning, and then the dog didn't want to move over. So we're going to get all cleaned up, and then we'll talk about the whole entire trip afterwards. Yes. Alright, I want to talk about our trip. Started out at the visitor center in the center of LBL, and the trail seemed to be okay. It's not bad. It did progressively get worse. It went from a nice little path to a little bit of mud and water because of the rain. And then when it came to where we were close to the Wrangler camp, you found a lot of horse trails. And those got really bad, muddy. The horses had been on it. We had to traverse a lot of the sides of the trails just so we can pass and not be completely soaked and muddied up to the hip with all that. The panel markings from there, it wasn't great. It was tough to find a couple of the trails. One went this way, one went that way, but you would figure where the horse trails was where the walking trail was, but it's not. So you had to figure that out, and we got off the trail a couple of times, not knowingly, because I think our trip would have been a lot better. But there was a lot of uncertainty. Markers could have been a little closer together, maybe, or just a lot better marked. LBL failed on that, or something. They need to redo some of those trails from there. We did catch up with the horses, the group of horse riders that you saw in the video, that they told me that if you started from the south and worked your way up, then it was a lot better trail, it was a lot better marked. There's no horses from the South Welcome Station to the Bison Range. And that's where we should have started and had our walk. By that time, we would have almost been close to the Iron Mountain shelter, where you were trying to get to. The mileage that they have on the map on the net said it was one thing, but when you got there, it was totally different. So they were talking 27 miles, almost 28 miles from the visitor center in the south to the visitor center in the center. And that was when we got there. So it was more miles than what we were expecting from what's on their map on the network. What wore us out a lot was our packs were heavy. We weren't really quite used to it, so we didn't have a lot of but beforehand training to do this. We did do some little day hikes. I've been walking, at breaks during work and this, that. But we just weren't physically prepared. We were mentally prepared, just not physically prepared to go on this hike. So there's nothing that beats a little bit of beforehand training, day hikes, and work your way up to the weight. We had 40 pounds with all of our stuff, anywhere between 40 and 45 pounds each of us. But it was just, for the first hike, we definitely learned a lot. We're going to start training, doing a little bit more day hikes. We're going to start out with less weight and then add up to that 40 pounds so we can do the longer hike. I do know that when we do the LBL again, we're going to start from the South Welcome Station, and then we're going to walk to the Iron Mountain shelter and spend the night there and then walk back. That's, according to the map, which is probably wrong, is about 11.1 miles. But that, if what the horseman said was right, it's a lot better trail, so I think we could have done it a lot better. We covered about 9 miles throughout the whole video, and it took us somewhere around 5 to 6 hours, so that was a long time to be hiking. But that's, we did have one good break at the Colson Springs, even though we weren't actually there. We were close, didn't know it, but that's the first time we were off the trail. On top of that hill, though, we had one good, nice break. And then we couldn't handle it no more, because both of us were dog beat tired, and feet and hips and body was sore. I mean, we are definitely not spring chickens. We're both in our 40s, and we're trying to stay in shape. And we just love the outdoors, both of us. We love camping. We love hiking. We like taking Willow out with us. This was an experience that we will not soon do again, but we will train up for it, and then we'll see how the markings are when we go totally from south to north. Hopefully it'll be a lot better. I think the weather conditions were good. It wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold. We're just into May right now, so it wasn't bad. We had a cold front come through. That's why the temperature dropped down to about 44 degrees that night that we stayed there hammock camping. We did have a good time, though. I mean, all in all, it was not bad. It had its suck factor, and but it was a good experience, and we like doing this. We like the outdoors, and hopefully y'all do too. Willow was she was tired. That poor puppy. She slept good. We put her in Joanne's hammock, and she became a little piggy. She curled up, and we had this insulation barrier under each one of our sleeping bags, but somehow it wiggled out from my wife's, and Willow got on top of it, and she didn't want to move. And the hammocks were great. Mine was fine. I've realized on mine especially that you got to get it pretty much as tight as you can, and then you'll be able to sleep a lot better. It doesn't give you that big bow that you get with hammocks. My sleeping bag was fine. Joe's was not. It got her cold a little bit. She had a fleece blanket in there too, so that helped a little bit, but eventually she got cold. So lesson learned there in the Army, make some decent stuff, but to do what we do, no. So you got to go ahead and spend the money and get some good hammocks. Not hammocks, sleeping bags. But all in all, we did pretty good, and we're home and resting up.